For my second video article, I chose the devaluation of social studies in elementary grades, and this was written by Ghana Bailey, Edward Shaw Jr., and Donna Holyfield, and it was written in the fall of 2006. So, this article is about the effects that No Child Left Behind had on social studies. And what I mean by that is, we all know that No Child Left Behind implemented statewide standards, which then those standards were tested on the test that was taken by the whole state. And so the three main things that are being tested are language arts, math, and science. And social studies is just kind of left out, not taught, because it's not on the test. And as we've been talking in class here lately about social studies, we've had a big emphasis on citizenship and teaching these students about citizenship through social studies. And one of the things that stuck out to me, I'm just going to read it here from the article. It says, "It is the responsibility of social studies educators to teach students the knowledge, skills, and attitude and values necessary for students to become effective citizens, that is, for fulfilling the duties of citizenship in a participatory democracy." So it's our responsibility to teach them what it is to be a citizen, how we be a proper citizen, the skills we need to be the best citizen that we can be. And we're not getting that opportunity because it's not on the test. So in this article, it talks about a study that was done. And this was done by a university in the Southeast, doesn't say which one, but what they did is they got together with a local school district, and they said, we want to come in and sit through social studies, and we want to teach social studies for 13 and 14 weeks. They broke it up into two semesters, and there was 3 goals to this. They wanted to see how much instructional time was being used in social studies, the strategies that were being used, and then how much technology was being used to teach social studies. And like I said, it was broken into 2 semesters, a fall and a spring. And the spring, there were 17 educators over 13 weeks in grades K through 5. And in the second semester, there were 22 educators. They got an extra week. They got 14 weeks, and there were 22 of them. And they went Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And as I was kind of looking back at the results of the instructional time rankings, they ranked these by grades. And in the spring semester, so the first semester during the spring, they had 5th grade ranked as the most instructional time given. Then it went to 2nd, then 4th grade, then kindergarten, then 1st, and then 3rd. And if we go back to the fall semester, it's like a almost complete 180, because the 3rd grade was at the very bottom in the spring, but yet it's at the very top in the fall. The 1st grade was 2nd, where it was 2nd to last in the last one. Kindergarten, which was 3rd, 5th grade, 4th grade, then 2nd. So it almost did a 180. Then I looked at the teaching strategies, and the top 3 teaching strategies that these teachers used were group discussions, so me getting together, giving them a topic to discuss, and then us talking about it as a class. Defining definitions out of the book, and reading the book and answering questions out of the book. And of those 3, only one of them, hence the group discussion, was one that was taught in methods class, because the other 2 are very, very textbook dependent, and it loses the interest of students very fast. Finally, I looked at the technology and the frequency of it, and this is the one part that shocked me the most. So, during this whole experience, 3 times in different grade levels, there was no technology used over the either 13 or 14 weeks. During the spring semester, it was used 29 times in 13 weeks, and in the fall, it was cut in half, and it was only used 17 times over 14 weeks. which blows my mind because they had an extra week and they didn't even use it half the time that the other people did. So what these results show me is, one, teachers, they don't have the adequate time and training that they need because all these methods classes are being focused on science, language arts, and math because that's what we're going to be tested on. So we have to put an emphasis on that. And secondly, the teachers that are coming up and going into the schools, we don't feel the confidence that we need to teach social studies because we don't have that background. And so then when we get in there, we don't want to teach it because we don't feel comfortable. So finally, I was sitting here thinking, how can I implement social studies better in my class? How can I make it more of something my students will like and want to learn about and I will want to teach about? And so for the instructional strategies, I said guided discussions. That's one of them because I feel like that will get me to know the topic better. It'll make me want to research it more, and it'll get them more involved. Have them talk. We can feed off of each other, and the discussions will go much deeper. Project-based learning. Projects make anything better, in my opinion. So if we can get students doing project-based social studies projects, that'll make their joy for social studies better, and it'll make them want to learn about social studies more. Finally, student-generated topics for study. If I give students 3 different topics and say, hey, I want you to use this, then they feel like they're more invested and they want to learn about that subject because they're the ones who picked it. For technology, I just need to use more technology in my classroom because with students being more technological based growing up nowadays, I feel like that's going to draw them in because that's what they're used to and that's what they like doing. And finally, to incorporate skills and values of what a good citizen is, because if I can't show them what a good citizen is and they don't know what it is, they're not going to have those skills when they get out of school and they start becoming citizens that other people look up to. So just making sure that they know what a good citizen is, how to be a good citizen, and what a good citizen does.